Okay, so first off, we need to take a screenshot. So, game mode, spectator. So, this is our base from above. We are going to take a screenshot of it. So, by the time I get to... Oh, hey, live under a rock for too long. So, this is our base, and we'll do a before and after picture afterwards. And, why can I not, Okay, I think I broke spectator mode somehow. Alright, I cannot seem to go down. Alright. So, let's go ahead and... I'm doing alright. I was feeling very under the weather this morning. So, slash game mode survival. There we go. And why can I not... okay, there we go. I was having trouble showing my inventory. So, what we're going to be doing is we are going to go ahead and bring out the massive number of axes I need. And we're going to be using iron axes to save money. Well, save resources. I'm feeling better now. I'm not really sure what it was, but I woke up this morning with, like, a massive headache, and it was a thing, but I'm feeling better now. So, unless things change, I'm gonna be streaming for the next couple hours. And we're gonna go ahead and start deforesting the surrounding areas. And I was streaming earlier, but I kind of stopped because I just wasn't feeling it. But here I am, back to streaming. So, first order of business, we are going to take care of the surrounding basic trees. Because today, we're gonna primarily light up my base, and depending on how long this takes, we may actually go to the Nether. But my primary concern is just lighting everything up. And that may actually be part of the problem, is I get headaches when there's like a significant change in the weather. And the weather here has dropped pretty significantly, temperature-wise. Of course, living in the state that I live in, the state of Indiana, we happen to have this problem where the weather here doesn't quite want to make up its mind as to what time of year it is. So, I'm kind of just stuck with, the poor weather here. Alright, let's go ahead and grab these. And if you're wondering how I am just instantly chopping these trees down, I'm using a data pack called Timber. And it makes chopping down trees really, really convenient. But it uses up a equivalent amount of durability on your tools. But, migraines are definitely a problem for me. And considering how often the weather changes here, where I live, it's not something that's ever gonna go away. Let me guess, you live in England? 'Cause that's like the first place I would think it would rain all the time. Or somewhere in the Midwest, United States, or on like a coast. Because there's a number of like different places in the world where rain is a very common thing. Alright, let's keep going here. And by the time I'm done clearing all this out, what's gonna happen is we're gonna go around and place jack-o'-lanterns everywhere. Because I have been stockpiling and whatnot. Oh, it might be because of many minor head injuries. It very well could be. I'm no doctor, so I can't really say anything about that. Oh, you live in Canada? You know, strangely enough, I seem to have, like, a sizable chunk of my, like, normal audience seems to come from Canada for some reason. Like, maybe Twitch is more popular in Canada than it is here in America. I don't know. It could be. Oh, you're surrounded by all the Great Lakes? Oh, that's terrible. Like, the state I'm in is south of Lake Michigan, so we get a lot of our weather from that area. But being surrounded by all the Great Lakes means you're surrounded by, like, massive amounts of water, which makes it pretty clear that you're gonna get a lot of rain. Yeah. Like, I think Twitch has grown less popular for Americans and more popular for everyone else over the past couple of years. I don't know. I'm not a professional. Like, I have a very small audience to begin with, so my audience really isn't anything to write home about in terms of size. Like, on average, I have, like, 3 viewers at most. And that's including myself, so... Like, the thing is, like, on Twitch, like, technically, you would, well, on Twitch, we technically have a competing audience with, like, YouTube and, like, whatever other streaming platforms there are. Like, Twitch, the amount of followers you have does not equal consistent viewership. Because, I've pointed this out. You could have, like, over 40,000 followers, and on average, you'll probably have around 1,000 viewers. It's not like YouTube, where if you make a video and it will reach a countless number of people, but at the same time, not everybody will be subscribed to you and whatnot. And I know I'm missing out on resources over here, but I'm just more interested in chopping down trees and clearing out land. Because no matter how hard we try, I don't think that it's really possible to sustain a massive amount of viewership on Twitch unless you're already that big right now. Like, I stream on Twitch primarily because it's a better alternative to YouTube. YouTube just doesn't really work all that well for streaming. Like, they've made progress, apparently. Yeah, like, the thing is it doesn't matter, like, how many followers you have. It's really kind of hard to get a consistent viewership going. when you have to try and compete with so many other people streaming the same thing. Like, at any given time, there's at least 100 other people streaming Minecraft. And I'm streaming Minecraft right now, so I'm competing with those, like, couple hundred other people for viewers. Like, it's sort of, kind of like every man for themselves. In a way that's not practical for most people. And I have fallen in a hole. And I don't stream every day, so it's a lot harder to build up like a consistent stream viewership. Alright, let's run back to my home base here. And like anywhere there's torches on the ground, I'm gonna replace with jack-o'-lanterns. Yeah, and that's the thing is I don't do clips. Like I should start doing clips, but I haven't. So that's the thing. Yeah, getting mad at your computer screen or video screen over a game is not healthy long term. Like there's a good reason I stopped playing games like Call of Duty and whatnot because they were bad for my mental health, as well as the fact that as I've gotten older, my reflexes have gotten noticeably worse. I have certified old man reflexes. If it makes people feel better. So, yeah. Alright, where's my sticks? Okay, there we go. Because my reflexes are pretty bad. I mean, part of the reason why I started streaming was because I finally had the internet for it. And the other thing was, I am literally stuck at home without anything to do. All the things that I would like to do involve going outside, and that's a big no-no if you live in my area. So, yeah. I'm kind of just stuck at home until the pandemic is officially over. And I'm also, like, applying for, like, actual jobs. Because I'm a substitute teacher, and I'm kind of trying to find, like, an actual job that doesn't involve, like, rolling the dice and hoping that a teacher's out sick for the day. Or a teacher decided to take the day off for personal reasons. But also, like, at the same time, if I stop streaming, it's because I just wouldn't have time. Because I'm one of the few people who are of the opinion that oh, that's unfortunate. Did you at least get professional help? Because that sounds like something that you could definitely go get professional help for. Oh. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I used to be terribly addicted to video games. But, what fixed me of my video game addiction was the realization that I needed to stop and just focus on my education before it gets bad. I understand that. I mean, there does become a point where you just have to tell yourself that it's time to stop. Like, I, for one, have stopped playing a lot of video games over the years because I just couldn't handle them. Like Minecraft is like the only game that I can really come back to without having any really negative feelings about. Because I started playing Minecraft back when I was in high school. Well, actually right before I was in high school. And I've never really stopped playing since then. But there have been long periods of time where I just stopped playing video games. And those periods where I stopped playing video games and actually focused on doing important stuff, such as my schoolwork and whatnot, were actually some of my most productive points in my life. Especially last year, where last year, I stopped playing video games for like a good 6 months. I mean, yeah, being homeless would definitely put things into perspective. And I really shouldn't have jumped over that. But I also don't play multiplayer Minecraft except with other people I would actually talk to. Because I feel like things like Hypixel are just really toxic in terms of like playing against other people. And there's lots of tall trees over here. But there have been times in the past couple years where I probably almost would have gone homeless had I not had family to fall back on. Because I just recently graduated college, and the job market has not been forgiving these past couple years. I have gone my entire college career shifting between multiple different jobs. Yeah. Are you at least doing all right now? Because I do care about my viewers' health and safety. And oh hey, there's a villager tower over there. Oh yeah, you're in an apartment? That's good. I wouldn't be able to afford an apartment on my current wage right now, actually. Because I'm looking for a new job because I'm a substitute teacher, and they don't pay substitute teachers enough to rent their own apartment here in the state of Indiana, at least in my local area. Because I have done the math. Yeah. Well, as long as you're, like, as long as you have a roof over your head and you're not starving, I'd say you're doing pretty good. Because, if there's one thing I don't want to do, is I don't want to go back to living off of ramen like every single day, because like for the longest time I was living off of like frozen pizza and ramen for a good chunk of my college career, and I'd rather not go back to doing that. But the apartments in my area cost $1,500 a month. Oh yeah, like at least it was edible food. But the apartments in my local area cost $1,500 a month. So you're not doing too badly. But the apartments in my area cost $1,500 a month, and that's not including utilities and whatnot. In order to actually pay for the apartments in my area, I would have to work multiple jobs. So, yeah. And unless I somehow find a way to make, like, a decent, like, amount of money per month, I'm kind of just screwed. And are you kidding me? I'm getting raided again. All the time. Gosh darn it. Alright, to war. Oh hey, I got one of their heads. Yeah, this is pretty terrible. Nope, they are shooting at me faster than I can hit them. Alright. I got another banner, so that's nice. But, yeah, it's becoming apparent to me that as an adult, we actually have a housing crisis on our hands. Based simply around the fact that adults cannot afford to, rent an apartment. And at least you were able to, find an apartment that you're able to rent. Because, at this rate, I'm gonna be living with my parents until I can actually justify moving out. Because there is no way I can actually afford to move out. Even with, my pay technically being higher than a lot of people's. And if they raise minimum wage to $15 an hour, I will be making less than minimum wage now. So, yeah, trying to find a new job right now is kind of important. And let's go empty my inventory. But another problem I happen to have is I live in arguably one of the wealthiest places in America. So that's part of the reason why apartment prices are so expensive here. So, yeah, kind of a problem. But it's not like I can really do anything about it. I mean, the only way they could actually lower prices here is if the economy completely crashed. And it doesn't look, and it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen anytime soon, really. Maybe, I don't know. The stock market has kind of been pretty wacky these past couple weeks. But I have been enjoying myself playing Minecraft these past 2 months. Because Minecraft is largely a non-violent game. And I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm starting to prefer, like, the more peaceful genre of games. Like, I don't know whether it's the fact that I'm getting older and like a lot of the first-person shooter games just don't appeal to me, or it's the fact that I always feel like I'm making progress in this game. But I keep coming back to this game, so clearly there must be something here. Oh yeah, like that's definitely a problem. Um, here in the area I live in, the issue isn't the fact that there's a lot of high-priced housing. It's the fact that there's nowhere to build. So what's available is already going to be expensive. Because the city I live in, doesn't have any public transportation aside from a couple buses. So it's a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, there's definitely a prejudice against homeless people in my local area. Um, like, you know it's a problem when, like, with American football, we happen to have this thing called the Super Bowl every year, where, when we hosted the Super Bowl here in, Indianapolis, we were rounding up the homeless people off the streets, and then once the Super Bowl was over, we just put them back out on the streets. Um, yeah, that's kind of a problem. And I've pointed this out to people that it's not a solution we should be practicing. Like, we can't just round up the homeless people, every single time there's some sort of major event. But, I don't see the local politicians ever doing anything about it. Because, local politicians, are always more interested in, what the people who vote for them want. So, yeah. But it is becoming more and more apparent that finding a place to live is gonna be super difficult. I mean, that's a problem everywhere. I mean, part of the problem is part of the problem with police funding is the higher the crime rate, in theory, the more funding the police would in theory get. In theory, it doesn't actually work like that in my local area, uh, but you would think that would be a thing. In my local area, most of our police's funding come from speeding tickets, because people like to drive very fast in my area. And I'm not a big fan of that policy, because what cops in my local area will do is they will drive up behind a car, and they will try to get that car to drive faster so they won't get rear-ended. And basically that means basically that means the cop can write a ticket because you were speeding, even though they had to speed in order to, like, not get crashed into. So, yeah. I mean, it happens, but there's nothing we can really do about it, and that's part of the reason why I ended up getting a dash cam, because at this point, if a car crashes into me and they were speeding, that's on them. But, yeah, cops in my local area aren't that bad, though. It's mainly the surrounding areas. Yeah, like, I don't have a lawyer on speed dial, but if I get big enough here on, like, Twitch or YouTube, that I'm making money off of, that I would be making money off of this, one of the first things I would definitely do is get a good lawyer, because one of the big things I've noticed is a lot of people's problems can be solved if they have a good lawyer on call. but that's an entirely different subject. But having a good lawyer is definitely something that I recommend having, because a friend of mine got into some legal trouble a while back, and were it not for the fact that he had a good lawyer, he would be facing some pretty bad time. He would be having a pretty bad time right now. And yeah. But it's a serious thing to not have a lawyer here in America, because in America they provide us with lawyers when we go to court if you can't afford one. But that's what's called a public defender, and public defenders are horribly underpaid, and they aren't really in it for you. They're only in it because it's a job. Oh, that's rather interesting. Like, I'm not really too into like studying crime, but I recognize that motorcycle group's name. But having a good lawyer with a reputation certainly does help. Uh, but lawyers are expensive, so that's certainly a thing. And I have made... Hmm. Like, I certainly, would definitely hire a lawyer, as soon as I come into some serious money. Yeah. Like, I don't make any comment on, like, the conditions of certain places, because, what happens in other places isn't really too much of a concern to me. Alright, let's, go ahead and, Alright, there's a witch there. I'm not dealing with that. Uh... Like, there are certain things in this game where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk away. Alright, I'm gonna finish clearing out these trees, and then we're gonna head back up to my massive tower over there. Because the thing I'm working on is I am working on lighting up all the surrounding areas and caves. Because a couple of the projects I would like to get working on here involve having all the surrounding areas lit up to prevent hostile mob spawns. But it's a bit difficult to do when you have massive amounts of when you have a massive amount of area to cover, and not enough time to like cover it all. So now we're gonna go ahead and climb up this, and this takes about a good minute to 2 minutes to just climb this entire thing. It's pretty terrible, but it saves me the trouble of having to make an actual set of stairs. So, yeah, that's a thing. And here we are at the top. Alright, so, We've gotten most of the surrounding area. I do need to make a good dent in those trees over there. And then we gotta deal with these trees over here. And right over there. I'm gonna reload the world real quick. Oh, nope. That's another thing is, I'm not sure how long it takes you to get a trial, but here in America, you're technically supposed to get a court date within a couple months of being handled by the police. But I'm not sure how it is in other countries. Like, I know one of the reasons why we have in the United States Constitution the right to a fair and speedy trial is because for a long period of time here in the United States, you would have to wait a long time to get a trial. And it was a thing for quite a while. Oh yeah, that's another thing, is keep a documentation of all of your interactions with the police. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because if you have a documentation of everything that they've said, it certainly helps you in court. Now, that being said, once you actually get to court, anything can happen. So, there's always that. But, keep track of everything, and uncertain things will go your way eventually. Alright, so, let's go ahead and, smelt some more charcoal for one of my future projects. Like, this entire, like, thing here is pretty much just dedicated to, smelting charcoal. Because I go through so much wood that it's only logical that I produce as much charcoal as I do. Oh, well, then just hold out for like a year, and you should be fine. Unless they just... Oh yeah, it's been 1 year and 8 days. Make sure to make note of that in court. Because if they've waited that long, then it might be a while. Alright, I'm definitely gonna need to, make some more axes here. Yeah, that's definitely something you're gonna have to bring up in court, if you ever do get a court date. Like, it could be one of those things where, they're just so backlogged that, they've kind of just forgotten. And I have so many saplings now that I'm actually destroying them. But I'm making a good amount of progress on Like, if they keep pushing it back, then, I guess you just, gotta hold out and get your victory. Because you just gotta keep, holding out until, you win. Like, in this case, it's a matter of, like, is the court gonna cave first, or are you gonna cave? And it looks like the court is gonna cave. Alright, so I pretty much just have to keep chopping trees until I get to the river. And then I can, just go ahead and start lighting things up over on this section of the map. Because, my base is, gonna be everything I can see from the top of that, mountain. Oh, yeah. Like, at this rate, I'm fairly certain you've won, but... dealing with, government institutions is always difficult, no matter what country you're in. Alright, let's, keep going here. Is that a floating dirt block? Yeah, that's a floating block. But, most of the time, I'm actually, on, like, a list of people who are, in like, a pool for jury duty, which means, at any given moment, I could be, called away to, be on, like, a court session for someone. So, yeah. But, I'll never know until, like, they actually send me anything. Because I'm in, like, a pool of, like, registered people for, said jury. But I'll never know if they actually decide to call me or not until, like, a week before they decide, to call people in. But, courts here in America have definitely, been, behind on their court dates, because, in-person, court has pretty much been completely canceled. Unless it's, like, a congressional hearing or something. Alright, let's, chop this down. Chop this down. But, I'm looking forward to, just getting all of this done and out of the way. Because, I have put in... Like, how much have I played so far? Oh, your bail condition prevents you from contacting your family? Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, I've played for almost 4 days total. Like, that's kind of... I don't know how to put that into words. Because, like, unpleasant is, like, the first word that comes to mind. But, can't really do much about that. A court order is a court order. Like, you can't really do much if, you're subject to a court order. So, best thing you can do is kind of just try and deal with it in your own way. But at the end of the day, you're kind of just stuck with an unpleasant court order that you have no way of really getting out of until you get your trial and the charge is dismissed. But until then, just keep trying to improve your standard of living and basically try to make the world a better place. Because that's really the only thing you can do. Like, I'm trying to make the world a better place in my own way. And this tree is a floating tree. I don't want that. Okay, so let's go ahead and collect all this. And I see the rating tower over there, and I'm not sure how to, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. I wonder if I can turn that into like an automatic farm. Sorry to hear that, man. That's very, very unfortunate. Well, then I guess that person's not your friend anymore. If somebody does that, then they're not really your friend. Uh, like that is a betrayal, a true betrayal. Like, stealing somebody's girlfriend is a very, very mean thing to do. Yeah. Did you ever go back to school? Because, you could go get it like a GED or an equivalent, if you don't have one. Like, I would recommend, getting some professional help, for that. Or at least getting a therapist. But that's only if you can get, therapists provided by whatever, health insurance, you have. Because, therapists are expensive. And, No, I am not considered a therapist, even if I'm somebody people talk to and vent to on the internet. Uh, because I will point this out. Just because people vent to me and talk to me on the internet does not mean I am a qualified therapist. Then you should sue that therapist because breaking patient confidentiality is a serious violation of a number of agreements. Oh, you can't prove it was her? Well then, switch to a different therapist then. Because, if a therapist can't keep your secrets, then, they're not worth your time. At least, that is, my belief. Alright, we've reached the, river here. So, this is where we're gonna stop, and at some point I'm gonna end up, turning this into a farm of sorts. So I can just, farm crossbows, when I can. Hmm. Yeah. Like, I know you're not in America, but in America, police have to have a warrant to, search your place. So, that's at least a good thing here in America. That cops cannot just randomly come in and, just randomly do stuff. Well, they can here in America, but they are open to pretty much every kind of lawsuit imaginable. Yeah. Also, a bit of advice for those in America. Never let a police officer into your home unless they have a warrant here in America. Because if they see something in your home and you let them in, you have waived your right to having a warrant here in America. So, one of the things I teach kids at school when they ask about their constitutional rights, no, cops are never in the right to do anything like that, regardless of what country you're in. So, the police were definitely in the wrong there. A lot of parents, depending on how old they are usually under the impression that the police can do no wrong. And I'm very aware of the fact that the police can be very unpleasant to deal with. Because at one point, I've actually spent like an entire day with cops before when I in one of my sub positions, and most of the time, a lot of the cops try to avoid dealing with any trouble, at least in my area. But it's the cops that really get it in their head that they're the big kahunas that are the problem. At least from my experience. Because when the cop when you're dealing with like a cop that's like really sure of themselves and like absolutely certain that they're the like person who's in the right, you're gonna have problems. Because there have certainly been plenty of times for me where I have dealt with cops that were not exactly friendly in the slightest. Because I know for a fact that a lot of the local cops to the north of me, they have a record of running people off the road. And it's all on public record, too. But nobody can really do anything about it. Oh yeah, like in the situation you're in right now, there's not really anything you can do, and I'm very aware of that. All right, so let's go ahead and deposit all the things I can deposit, and since the sun is going down, we can go ahead and move on to the next phase of my project here.